Which laptop do I have? What is the average salary? Have you taken the exams to become an architect? Is it true you're overworked and underpaid? I don't know. You wanna come up? Come up? Good girl. I love her. Hello! Welcome back. The last video I posted was a huge recap of my undergrad, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it because I think it was pretty informative. But anyway, I got a couple people messaging me from my last video about questions from architecture school, specifically TMU. If you're here, you probably want to know some more information because you clicked on the title. So we're just going to get into it. Here are some questions and my answers about my experience at TMU for architecture school. So the first question is, did you find it hard finding a job after graduation? Not really. In Toronto and the GTA in general, myself and almost all of my friends who were looking for architectural jobs got a job within the first year. I got my first job in November 2020, so it took about 5 months, but I wasn't really actively looking for a job. I kind of wanted to take the summer off and enjoy because I worked the summer before that and the summer before that, and it was COVID, so the whole world was like upside down and I kind of just needed a rest. So yeah, it took me 5 months. Most of my friends who were looking for architectural jobs found one within the year, so that was really good. What is the average salary you get after graduating? So it depends on the job you go for. For TMU, we studied architecture, building science, and project management. So you can go into 3 streams. I chose the architecture option, which is design. And generally, these disciplines make different rates. So design is typically on the lower end. Building science and project management are kind of on the higher end. But I mean, for entry-level positions, there's still gonna be entry-level salaries. I mean, I don't know exactly what everybody made because some people don't share that information, but from what I know and from the people who have told me, people generally made between $40,000 and $55,000 a year, and that's if they had between 0 and 1 year of experience. So if they did the co-op option through school, they have 1 year of experience already, so they're probably making a little bit on the higher rate. This was also in 2020, so the numbers might be a little different from now because of inflation. Don't be afraid to negotiate, even if you don't have a year of experience. My dog got off the couch. Bye. She said it was bugging her. Bye-bye. Like we all still take project management classes and building science classes, even if you go into the design stream. So you're still educated and you still know these things, so you can use that as leverage and ask for a higher starting salary if you're unhappy with their offer. Don't be afraid to negotiate and get what you want. Have you taken the exams to become an architect? I just have an undergraduate degree. I have a bachelor's degree in architectural science, and that's not enough to become an architect in Ontario or in Canada. You need a master's degree from an accredited university, and then you need to take the exams after apprenticing and logging the hours. So a bachelor's degree won't cut it to become an architect. It's a long haul to become an architect. However, something that you can do without a master's degree is you can do your BCIN license exam, and that's something that I didn't even know you could do until after I graduated, so that might be something that you want to look into. Which laptop do I have? So I had 2 laptops during my undergrad. Both of them were Dell, and the first one, there was nothing really wrong with it, but it wasn't as strong as it could have been, but also I was a bit more on a budget when I first started the degree, so I bought a bit more budget-friendly computer, and it was still a gaming computer. I do recommend gaming computers or computers with gaming capacity. I don't know. Honestly, I would just go and ask the sales representative at the computer store that you're looking at. I bought both of mine at Best Buy, and the people there always knew what I was talking about. They knew what I needed. Yeah, just tell them that you are an architecture student and you need a computer for rendering, for the programs, for the 3D modeling software, and they know where to guide you. They know. Next, living on or off campus. Personally, I lived off campus. I lived in Toronto anyway, and TMU is definitely a commuter school. People come from far and wide. I knew people who commuted every day from Mississauga, some people even farther, like Hamilton or Milton or Burlington. I'm not the best person to ask. I lived near campus. I didn't live in residence. But my friends who did live in residence, I think they had a fun time. And a second point to that question, are there other places to live near campus that aren't res buildings? Yeah, there are a lot of buildings willing to take your student money. But I know there are tons of places, there are tons of options. Just go onto Google and search where you want. And I'm sure you can find an apartment that will have accommodations. Is it true you're overworked and underpaid? I know people who put in a lot of unpaid overtime. I don't know, overworked and underpaid. Doesn't everyone feel like that? Like, doesn't everyone feel like that, not even industry related to architecture? I think just the workforce feels that way these days. Is it a good idea to work while you're going to school? I think it depends on your needs. If you need a job to afford things during school, like if you can't afford food and you have to work a part-time job, then that's what you have to do. I worked part-time for not my whole undergrad, but I worked part-time for part of it. I think I worked in general between 5 and 15 hours a week. Architecture school is a really heavy workload, so you have to be really good at managing your time and your energy. And so I think if you think you need a job, then you should get a job and try. And if you can't handle it, then you can't handle it.
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, 4 cups of coffee, and a fucking dream.
I don't know. I don't want you to not be able to afford stuff, but I also want you to pass your classes. So make sure your classes come first. Although I did have this one really good job that was a catering job, and some of my other friends also did it because it was so convenient. It was a job where the company sent you shifts and you could accept or decline. So some weeks I wouldn't work at all, and then some weeks I would work maybe 10 hours just to make up for it. But it was great. That was really flexible because you could decline the shifts if you were too busy and you had a deadline or just couldn't do it. So that was nice. Just don't burn yourself out. Be careful with part-time jobs and school. But yeah, it is possible. So those are all the questions that I have for now. And if you have anything else that you want to ask, please put them in the comment section below and I will get to them. I will make another video. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. And good luck on architecture school. Bye. Also, please like and subscribe if you liked this video, because why not? My dog's drinking water. Is it a good idea?